Hey YouTube, so in this video we're going to cover how to do multiple pixel searches at once. What I mean by this is we're going to do our initial pixel search. If we don't get an error, then we're going to do a second pixel search. If that second pixel search gets the answer we want, then as it says here, everything is fine. I want to try to keep my videos shorter from now on, so I'm going to be reusing the code from the last video, which is right here. If this code right here looks confusing at all, you don't know what pixel searching is or anything like that, I made a video, it's a few videos before this one, and it covers how pixel searching works and a few different ways you can use it. Now let's get started. So I'm going to start by copying the initial pixel search and I'm going to put it in the not error. So we have our pixel search and we're going to simply say if not at error, then now we'll do our tooltip. Everything is fine. I was trying to think of something clever and witty, but you know, I couldn't. Let's put a sleep in here too, because tooltips can get difficult to see if they last a millisecond. So that'll last for 2.5 seconds, and we'll throw an end if in there. So now what's happening here is it's doing the initial pixel search. If it doesn't get an error, meaning it found the color we were looking for, it's going to immediately do another pixel search. If it doesn't get an error, meaning it finds the color again, we know for sure everything is fine. If you notice, I said it will immediately do another pixel search. Now, if you want your code to be that way, you can, or you can simply say, if there's not an error, press enter and type, you know, sleep 1000. Sleep for a second, you know, just so everything doesn't happen too fast and it may or may not cause memory problems. That's up to you and up to your testing to see if it makes a difference. For testing, let's go ahead and change this a little bit. Instead of saying this won't work, let's say first scan failed. I'm going to press that, copy this. Instead of an end if, let's go to this and do else. If at error, then, and we'll paste that. We'll clean it up and we'll say the second scan failed. And I like to be able to tell when something went wrong, so I'll put some equal signs there so we can see that this message is vastly different from this message. Now before we put this in action and see how it works, I just want to say for your second pixel search, you can search for different colors, different variants of that color, different coordinates, it's all up to you. Whatever your bot needs in order to work. I mean, hell, you can even do another pixel search inside of this if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. I won't be demonstrating it in this video because I am trying to keep them shorter. But what you could do is something I've done before is have these multiple pixel searches in functions. So this first pixel search right here will be, say, you know, search for the color blue. And then if there's not an error, we're going to call a function which we created, and it's going to be called search for the color red. In the color red, the search for color red, I should say, we have our second pixel search, and that will return, you know, if everything is fine or if everything is not fine. That is just splitting it up into different parts. Sometimes you might want that, you know, to give your bot more functionality. It's really up to whatever you want. You could also, just like before, put this in a while loop. So, you know, we could say while 1 or while, you know, I is less than 10, whatever you want. Overall, pixel searching is pretty dynamic. Using this method, I do want to point out it's only going to do single checks. So it's going to do one check for this color. If it finds the color, it will immediately proceed into this pixel search. If it finds the color, it will give this answer. There's no double checking. There's no waiting to see if the color is there. It'll just check, and yes or no. That's how that's going to work. So usually, unless you're just doing one check to see if everything's cool, usually you want to pixel search in a kind of loop, you know, with pauses, because you don't want it to go crazy and search a million times in a second, lags your bot out, and then everything kind of just gets screwed up. But yeah, unless you specifically need to do one search, you're just saying, hey, is the inventory full color there? Oh, cool. Okay, now let's just see, is it like all the way at the end of the inventory bar? Is it like halfway through? You know, you only need to do single searches for that. But if you're trying to just, like, I don't know, check to see if you're still moving or not, that's not something you want to do a single check on. That's kind of like a, hey, check every 2.5 seconds, see if we're still moving. So now we have our code set up, and we can't test it out because I have no idea what we're pixel searching. It's been like a week since I made the last video. But the point is, this works. This is how you would do it. When the program starts, it will immediately scan for this first color. If it finds it in this location, it will then it'll sleep for a second, and then it'll search for the next color. and it's only a one-time check. If it does get the color, everything's fine. If it doesn't, everything's not fine. Sorry for the lack of demonstration on this one. I really like to show you guys how things work, but this will demonstrate perfectly how you would make it work. Thanks for watching. If you guys would really rather me demonstrate this, let me know in the comments. It would be really easy to just add a little bit more to this video and show you guys what it would look like in action. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching.